because it is a genius thing. I mean, you can get things done like so fast.
It makes with the artists I've talked to, Marc, I hate to interrupt, with the artists I've talked to, they talk about Pro Tools being almost as groundbreaking as the amplifier when it comes to recording and making a record. So it's something that's that huge.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you record everything as it should be in a legal way, then you can break the rules with Pro Tools, if you like, because it's a digital thing. It's modern, but the main thing is that it's fed our handwork. We do the real thing, the real singing. We don't chop and change. We don't There's a lot of people cheat with Pro Tools. They'll sing a chorus once and then just drop it in every time the chorus comes, and it's only been sung once. Whereas, I like to sing every chorus. We played all the licks. We didn't. Nothing there is plastic and repetitive. Even backing vocals, we took pains to make real backing vocals. Which is like the last thing you do before the mix,
Right.
Yeah, it was fun. I haven't heard anybody in the band grumbling about anything, and we took our time. We had no time pressure. Usually, in the 80s, we were in the spinning wheel, of schedules. We had to hurry up because the record company would get impatient, and then manager would get impatient, and so on and so forth. And this was a totally relaxed thing. We had all the time we needed for the wine to mature, so to speak. So we could objectively look back at all the songs again after recording, and check out the mixes again and so on. Made sure everybody was happy with every song that we were going to put on the album, and then while the whole thing was being mastered, we all were already looking at the artwork. We did the photo session for the booklet, which was also fun doing in this great place we went to, in Solothurn. And it's really, how can I say, a little masterpiece in itself. The way the booklet is done. We printed larger lyrics because old grufties like me use reading glasses nowadays, and we were thinking about our older fans,
Right, sure. And as Marc's talking, folks, I'm looking at the CD as Marc's talking, and he's absolutely right. It's just it's kind of a throwback as far as the artwork and the booklet and so forth. It's kind of a throwback to the great album covers and CD inserts and things like that we've gotten so used to. It certainly is a throwback to that type of great artwork.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, that was what was so great about the 12-inch vinyl records, because they came in a cardboard jacket that was big enough to see across the room. It was great, and the sound of vinyl is anyway still today the best.
Right.
But next to that, it's the CD, and which outpasses by many miles the sound of an MP3, which is compressed and sounds small, little,
And
so we really sound-wise, we even went out of our way to give our fans a big sounding record like Headhunter and One Vice at a Time. It's really going back to those days with slightly even more power on it, because there are ways and means nowadays, and Dennis is the wizard of that,
Yeah.
So we're completely happy about the product, and not only that, we're even astonished by the reaction, the good reactions we've had all over Europe so far, and especially in Germany and Switzerland, which are very important markets for us, because they really help us to survive and continue existing as a band. So we're really pleased, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to put up links to all of our listeners and readers out there. We're going to put up links on the site where you can go and buy the new album, and certainly want you to do that, because this is not hype, folks. I've got the album, and it's really, really, really good. I mean, it's classic Krokus, as Marc kind of alluded to, and you're really doing yourself and the band a favor to go and buy that record, and we'll put up links to make sure that you can do that. Marc, wanted to talk a second about everybody, all of our listeners and readers know certainly about your relationship with Krokus, but wanted to go into another side project that I wasn't even aware of until I started doing research for this interview. Wanted to talk a little bit about Acoustical Mountain, which of course is very popular in Switzerland, routinely plays several shows there a year. Talk to us a little bit about what Acoustical Mountain's about, and about your bandmates in Acoustical Mountain.
Well, it's a long story. When I left Krokus in '88, that was in Boston, I flew back to London, sold my place, packed my bags, and went back to the little island where I was born and grew up in the central Mediterranean, the islands of Malta.
Right.
And there, that's where I go and tank up energy and refuel my batteries so I can face the next chapter, So what I decided then, I went and wrote a solo album and so on. And it's a long story. Should really do we have time to get it through?
I tell you what, instead of telling the story, we'll just put up a link to the page so folks can check it out. I just thought that it was real interesting, of course, because, like I said, our readers and listeners know you from the Krokus stance, and I just wanted to make everybody aware of that Acoustical Mountain, which the music is fantastic. I was listening on the website this morning and throughout the week.
Yeah, to put it in a few words, I then guest starred, so to speak, with a local band, China, who had a gold record here, and they even toured and recorded an album in the States and so on and so forth. And they're a younger generation, almost, well, younger than me, and so we got this relationship going, and we decided, instead of just going to the Alps to ski, why not put this cover band project together, like acoustical, and play songs we love to play, and go and entertain the après-ski, which is like when people ski all day, they come back, they're